Hey, this is Dr. Campbell, and so today I want to talk about how to evaluate why suspensions fall most on black boys. Now, it piqued my interest because the New Haven School District is grappling with this challenge of why most suspensions fall on black boys. This is not a new challenge for many schools. The challenge will continue to persist and remain an embarrassment due to the process that schools use to determine why suspensions fall most on black boys. Now, the New Haven District was presented with an independent study that was not well received. Superintendent Carol Burks promised that the school district will become more transparent in sharing information. School board members and administrators called the statistical presentation sobering. The presentation outlined the crosstabs involving the percentage of suspensions and expulsions versus the different ethnicities. Now, according to the presentation, there were 494 suspensions and 1 expulsion. 43% involved African American boys, 19% involved African American girls, 20% involved Hispanic boys, and almost 11% involved Hispanic girls. The shame is only 3.2% involved white boys and 1.9% involved white girls. You see, these findings are consistent with the Raccelerate phenomenon, which is what I developed and invented. The black students represented 38% of the student population, therefore qualifying as overrepresented when comparing their involvement in disciplinary consequences. Hispanic students represent 45% of the student population. Therefore, they are underrepresented when comparing their involvement in the disciplinary consequences. White and Asian students are grossly underrepresented, and therefore the presentation has prompted a request for a more in-depth analysis. Now, several solutions were offered as a remedy to the challenge of why suspensions fall most on black boys. Superintendent Burks agreed that all school employees need training in being culturally responsive and recognizing trauma. Darnell Golson, the board's president, asked for the presentation of the disaggregated numbers at the next meeting, listing the number of expulsions, out-of-school suspensions, and in-school suspensions by race, gender, and offense. However, this type of analysis will only touch the surface, and the school district will continue to implement strategies that will eventually fail, like all the rest of them. Instead, the New Haven School District must use a concurrent transformative research design. Concurrent transformative research design is a mixed methods research study that combines qualitative and quantitative approaches in the research methodology of a single study or multi-phase study by using concurrent or sequential data collection and analysis strategies that integrate data at one or more stages in the research process. Qualitative data collection strategies must include individual interviews, focus group interviews, classroom observations, and document collection. Interviews will provide information for academic analysis. Interviews will need to be structured and unstructured. In structured interviews, all interviewees receive the same set of questions in the same order, and then the responses are coded according to some established or pre-established scheme. Unstructured interviews are open-ended. Interviews will provide detailed, holistic descriptions and processes that integrate multiple perspectives by reporting interrelated behaviors and events that bridge intersubjectives for reporting analysis. Now, classroom observations provide several advantages. Observations will enable the researcher to depend less on preconceived notions that may inhibit learning things people may be unwilling to reveal. In addition, observations will provide an opportunity to move beyond selective perceptions of others and permits formalizing an independent analysis. In addition to collecting field notes, data collection will enable the researcher to understand the historical development of why suspensions fall mostly on black boys and to develop a descriptive statistics report using the SSPS, and it's a statistical computer descriptive software. Descriptive software is a tool that helps to organize and summarize data. Now, once all qualitative and quantitative data is collected, the New Haven School District will need to utilize systems thinking. Systems thinking is the study of a system structure and behavior. Peter Singate recommends analyzing a system by evaluating events, patterns, and trends, developing systemic structure, and developing mental models which will help the New Haven School District to determine why most suspensions fall on black boys. Now, many of you are probably wondering, how does this guy know this? So let me show you something. So I actually wrote this book titled Promoting Positive Racial Teacher-Student Classroom Relationships. And the only way that I was able to solve the problem was to use this type of statistical analysis. And this is the problem that most schools have. They're either shooting in the dark, or they're either looking at other schools and they're saying, well, if it works over here, it must work over here. And it's not working. Our black boys and our black children in general are being over-disciplined. And when they're over-disciplined, they're less likely to graduate from high school. They're more likely to go to jail. And so schools have created this system, and they call it the school-to-system pipeline. They've created the system, but you gotta do the statistical research right first in order to be able to solve the problem and transform the school. This is Dr. Campbell. You can get additional information on my website at www.positiveracialrelationships.com. If you want to talk about it, you can call me on my direct line at 856-566-3267. If you know of a school that could use some enhancement, you can always recommend them to my website. Have a great day, and thank you very much.